Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, aka the Bod Father. And as always, I'm bringing you guys awesome interviews. It is an honor and privilege to always have my good brother on here, Mr. Kyle Pfeiffer from Blacklite District. And they've got a new video that's out, and single for this video, I should say, Cold as Ice. And they've got two versions of it. They've got their standard one, plus they have a Minecraft. Yes, the video game, folks. I had to double take it too. When I looked, I was like, no, wait a second. Did they really do this? But that's, that's genius if you think about it. And they've got like 17 plus million views on the Minecraft one, folks. That blows my freaking mind. But the coolest thing about this is as of January the 6th, Cold as Ice reached number 13 on Sirius XM's Biggins Countdown. So they're getting ready to hit the top 10 with this song. So, which is really cool. And my favorite part or lyric in this song, the lyrics is, I'm cold as ice, I paid the price, I don't care. That's right, I don't care anymore either. So, my brother, how you doing?
Man, I am doing so good. It's so good. I always love doing the show. And yeah, man, that Minecraft thing, even I did a double take. But again, it goes back to how are we going to get as many eyes and ears on this track as possible. And man, this Minecraft video came out, like you said, over 17 million views. It was trending worldwide, literally right under the Katy Perry MTV performance the night before. This song was trending up there with things on that level. And again, that was the most important part to us, doing something in a non-traditional way. And now it's becoming a traditional hit, so to speak, in terms of radio, but it all started somewhere completely different. So we're just trying to stay ahead of the curve and promote, the only way we can, which is organic and new age, you know what I'm saying?
So let me ask you this. Now, I know this is different territory for you guys to do a video like this. When you guys were approached or even thought about this, were you kind of like, let's think about this?
Yeah, for sure. You always think, especially as an artist, what kind of image you're going to get from doing certain things. And, again, even at the time when we started talking about doing this video, I didn't really know I knew it was going to be big, but we didn't know exactly what it was going to do. You know what I'm saying? So it came out and did 3.5 million the first week. Some of the first days, it was getting 800,000 views a day, which was it almost rivals some pop videos, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden, everything just kind of blew up across the board. That started driving the sales of the track. And then that started bringing, especially our YouTube channel has grown so huge over the last 4 or 5 months because of this, that in terms of that being a social media network has just exploded for us. And now, when we do shows and there's some kids there, especially when we do all ages clubs that came because of that, because, all these kids that fall in love with that track, they come over to the regular video and get the song on Spotify and iTunes and all that. So, at first, of course, we thought about what that kind of image was going to be like, but we've been able to take that and turn that into such a positive, and it gave us such a leverage at, radio and stuff like that, to where the song becomes undeniable because it's doing so well, even if it is from a Minecraft video, and no one's really doing that. So it's pretty sweet, man.
What's impressed you about it or excited you the most about making the Cold as Ice video and then turning it around the way you guys actually did for both videos? What's impressed you or excited you the most about it, or actually even kind of scared you maybe?
Well, with the regular video, it's more of just a performance video. And, when we put the together, we didn't even really know if this was going to be a single or anything like that. So I think what surprised us the most was definitely the YouTube success so early, because the day this thing came out, we had another thing called a Nightcore remix of this song, which we put out. And that then got 2 million views right away when the track came out. So that started driving the track. And what's almost weird, next month it'll be an entire year since this song has been out, and it's just been climbing for almost a year straight, And I think that was the biggest surprise, because when a song starts getting some longevity and going for more than 2 or 3 months, like most of these tracks do on the charts, it really, I think that says something about the music and about the reaction, and because we are so different, that I think people are really starting to catch on to this.
What about producing wise? Who produced this single, or did you guys do it yourself?
I produced the single. We basically do most of the, writing and recording in my studio. We've worked with many producers in the past, and that's always, it's always nice to have that kind of ear on stuff too. But on the flip side of that, being able to do things kind of how we want to. I mean, cold as ice. That shows you something right there. You know what I mean? So you know what I'm saying? It's like I know we might work with a producer in the future again. I mean, I'm not saying that we wouldn't, but I mean, things are just going so good, and it feels like we kind of, for us, have our own formula, so to speak, of how this all works, and it just seems to be growing so fast that we're not really trying to mess with that right now.
Right, yeah. I mean, plus you guys can go in the studio anytime you want to and just take your time and
exactly
and not be rushed, because
exactly.
You know this just as well as I do. You could come out with an album, and then not even 6 months down the road, your record label said, "Hey, man, we need some more stuff." You're like, "What the fuck? We just come out with one."
Right. And that's the good thing about, like how we do it too, because like you just mentioned, we can do it on our schedule, on our terms, anytime we want. We put out 2 records in under a year, this last year, because we're able to be creative at any time. Like when we're off the road, that doesn't mean we're not working. We're working every day. Today I've been on the phone with radio people all day, and, you're constantly working something, and agents and tours and stuff like that. So when you can do, the session and recording on your terms when you feel good, instead of saying, okay, there's a budget, you have to go in at a certain time and do this and that, or maybe you're not feeling that creative that day or whatever. So we can really hit it when that creativity strikes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when it hits, it's like, okay, we can go right now, instead of being like, oh, well, I hope tomorrow we still feel this inspired,
Yeah, don't let the fire burn out quick, because that's what happens to a lot of bands easily.
Right.
Very,
yeah,
very
for sure. You can get burnt too, like really quick on a lot of this stuff.
Yes, sir.
So being able to handle it on your own schedule and creating your own schedule, to me, I mean, that's been the best thing for us. Again, I don't know how everyone else, does those things. Everyone's different, but that's definitely what works for us, man.
You know what, man? I'm getting ready to say this, and people's going to get pissed, and I really don't care. This is just my own thoughts. This is the only countdown that really, to me, is the most legit of countdowns when you talk about music. Okay, so I done mentioned about Sirius XM's Biggins Countdown. You guys get ready. I'm going to say this. You guys are getting ready to crack the top 10. I guarantee you guys will be in the top 10 next time they do this. So what's your thoughts on this, man? Already almost that close to cracking the top 10 with this song.
Well, it was another thing that, of course, if you're in a rock band or a hard rock band, you want Octane playing your record, because they're a national outlet. They're the biggest rock station, hands down, in North America. You know what I'm saying? So when you're getting a spin at Octane, you're getting played all across the country in one shot, versus trying to fight all the individual markets. You know what I mean? So again, with that Minecraft video, that started driving the sales of this track, pretty high. And, the song just started reacting. And when you have a song that reacts like this, it makes sense that a station like Octane is going to play it because of the reaction it's getting. And now that they are playing it, it grew, it probably doubled what we did with, 20 million views on YouTube. So again, having the combination of the YouTube audience plus, Sirius XM it's just unbelievable, man. I mean, there's really not even words for it, because again, in the spirit of staying ahead of the curve, we're doing things in such a non-traditional way that putting a traditional outlet like Octane on top of it has just made it, blow up, really.
You know what Octane's missing?
What is it?
Me.
Hey, you know what, man? You'd probably kick some ass on that, wouldn't you?
I could. Me and Jose Manga would be like, whoa, we'd be all over the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
For sure, man. So, yeah, no, I mean, and again, like, we appreciate the Octane support so much, and there's tons of bands out there, great bands that, it's hard to get big shots like that, and we've been fortunate enough to, have their support on several different songs now, and to kind of be back in the fold, it definitely stamps the street cred all over this project, and that's how we've been able, like, now we're starting to get picked up by, quite a few iHeart stations, major market rock stations that are now also starting to come on the track. And like I said earlier, man, this thing just keeps going and going and going, and the audience is getting bigger and bigger, and the sales, and I mean, it's up just across the board everywhere. So, yeah, man, I mean, that's really all I can say about it, because it's like, no matter what happens from here, if everyone stopped playing this song tomorrow, it's still a huge success for Blacklite District. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like we've already stamped our level. We just did top 40 on the Billboard mainstream rock chart. Now that's in the history book. That's never going to be taken away, no matter what happens. So it just feels good as an artist, of dedicating almost all of your life to something like this, and then to finally get some rewards on a national level is very gratifying.
For sure. How much do you guys have written right now on the new album, Instant Gratification, possibly? And when can it be released? Are you guys just going to do like one song at a time, or let's talk about that a little bit?
Well, Instant Gratification came out in September, 4 or 5 months ago. So that was actually the second record we put out in a year. We did a record before then, under a year prior. So, but the crazy thing is, like with Instant Gratification, we had like 5 videos out and tracks out before the album even came out. Because again, in today's market, it's such a single-driven, video content-driven market that, the main focus really wasn't the album itself, but it was the songs, because with YouTube, there's such an audience for that. I did a cover of Starboy by The Weeknd just for something totally different, and that probably reached people that wouldn't have probably checked us out before, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So it's definitely on the singles. It's more focused on the singles, but we're going to be starting on new music here soon. This is the first time in a while where we don't have a bunch of songs ready to go, But, I can feel the creativity about to strike, man. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I guarantee it.
Yeah.
How much growth musically have you seen yourself grow, Kyle, doing it independently in your recording studio, you and Roman? How much music growth have you seen you both go through? Or has it just been, just more of a personal growth for all you guys?
Well, it's grown a ton, especially like over the last year or two. It seems like after you kind of hit a certain level, and then you kind of, the fight is to stay at that level instead of just getting there, because the real fight is once you get there. So
yeah,
every time you get to a certain level, then you want to step up from there. You kind of have to grow. So, and again, it's like anything else. You're only going to get better over time. And the more that we're in the studio, and the more we write and record, and the more we play live, the better it gets. So, like we did an album in 2016 called To Whom It May Concern. And, looking back at it now, it was definitely not our best work, but it's okay because you need to go through, albums like that or songs to get to where you're at. You know what I mean? Like to get to where you want to be creatively, you have to kind of have some stuff that you might look back at and be like, well, maybe could it have been better? Yes, it could have.
Yeah.
And then you just keep getting better over time, man. So, right. All the bands say, you latest songs, your greatest features, and blah, blah, blah. So, but we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep writing better music, and, we're going to keep growing the audience. The goal here is always as many, the goal is to get as many people on the product as possible. That's always the number one goal. So we're going to continue to do that.
Do you do anything differently to help you keep your mind open and fresh, man, to not let the music get stale? Because I know sometimes, it could seem like it's getting like that, but what gives you that refresh, that recharge to help you out, possibly, if anything?
That's a good question, actually. It is tough to not get just burnt out in general doing all this stuff because, I mean, again, you almost have to dedicate your whole life to this to do it at this level, So, I don't know, to stay fresh, I'm just, I don't even listen to a ton of music anymore. It's more, just life, really. I have a kid, a little 4-year-old son, and all that kind of stuff. So, it's just whatever makes you, at ease, I guess, really. If it's just chilling with my wife, one night, and then I can get inspired just by going to the park. It could be like literally anything. There's so many factors in it, and it's not always music.
What do you hope the fans take away from the new single, or just Blacklite District's music in general? What do you hope that they get from it, man?
Man, I just hope that they find something they like that maybe doesn't sound like everything else that's out there, that you know, you can really identify with. One thing with our YouTube audience is the fans love our lyrics, you know, because there's such a diverse, you know, set of topics we talk about in each song, and, you know, people can relate to the music however they think the song is supposed to be. So if someone gets hit in the feels, as they say, off the music, that's like, you know, again, one of the big goals. And we just hope people love it and can, you know, it can make their day better. You know, they always say music can, you know, really help you out. Music is like, you know, for the soul and stuff. So if people can take that away, I mean, we feel, you know, like a success no matter what.
What can fans expect at a show from Blacklite District who have not got to catch a show yet live, man?
Oh, man, our show is so different, bro. I mean, it's like an EDM rave going on, but you're in the middle of a rock show. And, you know, you don't even know what the hell's going on because it's so different. I mean, there's masks and big screens, and I mean, the whole production is there, especially on this next tour. We're going out with a band called FLAW next month, and this is going to be the first time we're doing this particular production, so no one's even seen this yet. So I will definitely encourage everyone to catch the show because this is going to be like something we have never done before, and there ain't going to be anyone else out there doing it like we do.
Yeah, that's going to be FLAW, Blacklite District, and Infinite Conscience at Moxie Theater. That's going to kick that off February the 15th in Colorado, I believe. So I'm telling you, folks, Blacklite District's no joke. I'm not just saying that because Kyle's my buddy.
No joke, bro.
You know, I'm not saying that because Kyle's my buddy and he's on my show, but I'm telling you, it's a good breath of fresh air if you want to switch to something to, you know, just to relax and chill out to, man. It's some good shit.
For sure, man. No, I appreciate that. And that's another thing, you know, we always strive on being as real as possible. I mean, this is definitely the real fucking deal here. You know, there's no, you know, cutter. There's no filler. I mean, it's all, you know, we are the real deal. We don't mess around with any of this shit. We take this very serious because this is what we do. So, you know, we appreciate everyone that, you know, likes our music and comes sees us at the shows. And we just want to continue to be the realest we can, you know. Important too, for sure. Because you know, as you know, an audience can see right through something fake.
Oh yeah.
You know, or even a track, a song. Even hearing something on the radio doesn't always give it credibility just because it's on the radio.
Yeah.
And I think that fans, especially nowadays more than ever, can see right through something that's fake and just cookie cutter, as they say, put together. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So
very true.
For sure, man.
Okay, so support-wise, is there a country, man, or area that stands out or surprises you that you guys even get support from that country or area, man?
Yeah, dude. There's a few. It's awesome too because we get played on quite a few big stations over in Brazil, which is very awesome. Again, just organically. And then, you know, like some of our streaming numbers in countries like Germany are crazy, you know, where you got 50,000 people or 100,000 people over in Germany listening to these records and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And the cool thing is, like with Spotify, you know, we had people listen from over 60 countries in the last year. And we've sold records in over 30 countries this year.
Damn.
And yeah, dude, it's crazy. And again, it goes back to the YouTube stuff because on YouTube, you're getting a worldwide audience versus just here. So there's millions of people, like literally, bro, millions of people across the globe that have listened to this stuff and that know this stuff and are fans of this stuff. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So again, I thrive on being something different. We've been able to blow this stuff up like no one else has because no one else is doing what we're doing. And regardless if, you know, people like it or not, or if radio likes it or not, or whatever the case may be, we still have 40 million listeners on this regardless.
Yeah, and I've only got like 12,000 views on my YouTube.
Well, hey, bro, you know what? Everyone's been there, and you just grow and you keep growing, and you know you do so well, and you know you have a lot of great guests on, and I love coming on your show, and I think if all of us just stick together and stick at it, that we're, you know, everything just grows, you know.
I love hearing musicians talk with passion like you do. You know, they've been someone here that's been lack of passionate, but I just like how you put Blacklite District out there. It's not a front. I mean, this is what you get, man, when you hear their music too. He's not bullshitting.
That's right, man. Well, like I said, I've pretty much dedicated my entire life to this. You know, this music is me and speaks for me. And that's why I talk with such passion, because it's real, you know. There's always a few key elements of something: passion, drive, and how real it is. And, you know, like you said, when you talk to me, it's no bullshit because this is who I am. When you hear these songs, this is me saying what I want to say, what I would say to anyone. And, you know, we're just fortunate enough that people like this stuff and people buy this stuff. And, you know, we get to do this for a living, and we couldn't be any more grateful, you know.
Okay.
But like I said, that goes back to being real a few minutes ago of how you know, you have to stay real because people can see right through that.
Yeah,
you know?
I totally agree.
And when you talk to me, I always try and be as straight up as possible. You know, whether people like it or not, I don't give a shit, you know. So, you know what I mean?
So if you could work with anybody, either that's passed away or it's alive today, that for Blacklite District to bring in on a song, who would you pick, or could you pick anybody?
Man, there'd be so many if I could choose a ton of them, but just one would be hard. You know, I mean, there's producers I'd love to work with. You know, there's artists I'd love to work with. I mean, it could be anything from, you know, bringing Rick Rubin on to produce a track, or, you know, like doing a feature like on some big, you know, hip hop track or something like that, you know. So I don't know. That's kind of a tough one to answer because there's so much stuff, you know. But I'd love to tour with Guns N' Roses, you know. I'd love to do all sorts of things like that for sure.
Are you guys going to be on any festivals coming up? Because I think Blacklite District, man, they're adding all these bands and stuff to Rock on the Range and Louder in Life and stuff like that. I mean, I'd like to see you guys on a festival like that.
Well, we actually just confirmed the first festival for the year. We haven't announced it yet. We don't have the green light to announce, but it's confirmed. So you will definitely be seeing us on some festivals this year. That I can guarantee.
That's good.
And we should be announcing some of these dates here very, very soon.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, man. It comes with the breakthrough of the trumpet gun, you know.
Folks, I'll tell you what. Get out and check out Blacklite District. Go to YouTube, look up Cold as Ice, and just look up Blacklite District on YouTube. Follow their YouTube page. Go to their Facebook page. They've always got stuff going on. Kyle, how can folks stay in touch with you guys? Buy some merchandise, tour dates, things like that. How can they keep up with you, my brother?
Man, keep up with us at blacklightdistrict.net. That has everything you need, and we're all over social media. Everywhere you can find something, we're there. So keep in contact that way. We'll keep putting out tour dates. Like I said, some festival shows are going to be announced, and we're riding cold as ice, baby.
Before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Let's do it. Hey, what's up? This is Kyle Pfeiffer with Blacklite District, and you are listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great music coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and Uber City Radio. For my brother Kyle, we'll see you next week. Thanks, man.